Hello everyone, this is Lean on Me. This time we're going to take up the lessons in grade 10, quarter 1, week 2. Our first lesson is determining the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. Now, what is an arithmetic sequence? It is a sequence where every term after the first term is obtained by adding a constant. That constant is called the common difference. This is the constant number added to the preceding term of the arithmetic sequence. It can also be calculated by subtracting any two consecutive terms in the arithmetic sequence. What's the formula? That is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Let us name those symbols. A sub n stands for the nth term, a sub 1 the first term, and number of terms, and then d the common difference. Let us have this sequence 4, 10, 16, 22, 28. This is an arithmetic sequence because if you are going to subtract the second minus the first, the third minus the second, the fourth minus the third, the fifth minus the fourth, and so on, it will arrive on a common difference. So the common difference is 6. Now, let's have the first problem. Find the 16th term of the arithmetic sequence 14, 18, 22, 26, 30, ... To solve that, let us have the first step. Identify the given and the unknown in the problem. So, in our formula, a sub 16 is the unknown, a sub 1 is equal to 14, n is equal to 16, and d is equal to 4. Why 4? Because 18 minus 14 is 4. 22 minus 18 is 4. Step 2, substitute the known quantities to the formula. So, a sub 16 is equal to a sub 1, which is 14, n equals 16, d is equal to 4. Then let's simplify. Let's start with 16 minus 1. That is 15. Then 15 times 4, that is equal to 60. Then 60 plus 14 is equal to 74. So therefore, the 16th term is 74. Let us have problem 2. In the arithmetic sequence 4, 10, 16, 22, 28, which term is 100? To solve that, let us again the first step. Identify the given and the unknown in the problem. So our a sub n is 100, a sub 1 is 4, n is the unknown, and d is 6. Then substitute the known quantities to the formula. So a sub n is 100, a sub 1 is 4, n is the unknown, and d is equal to 6. Next step, simplify. So let's start with 6 times n, that's 6n. And then 6 times negative 1, that's negative 6. After that, you are going to combine similar terms. That is 4 plus negative 6, that is equal to negative 2. Then, you are going to add both sides of the equation by 2. That will become now 100 plus 2 is equal to 6n. 102 is equal to 6n. Divide both sides by 6, so n is equal to 17. Therefore, 100 is the 17th term of the given sequence. Let us have problem number 3. Find the 16th term of the arithmetic sequence whose first term is 12 and whose seventh term is 60. To solve for that, let us first have the step 1. Identify the given and the unknown in the problem. So, in the given problem, the first term or a sub 1 is equal to 12, the seventh term or a sub 7 is equal to 60, and d is unknown. At the same time, the 16th term or a sub 16. How are we going to solve for the given problem? Let us solve first for d or the common difference. Let us use again the formula in the arithmetic sequence. That is now a sub 7 is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. on our problem, a sub 7 equals 60, a sub 1 equals 12, and n therefore is 7 and d as the unknown. Let's simplify 7 minus 1. That's why we have here 6. Next step, we are going to subtract both sides of the equation by 12. Then, therefore, 60 minus 12 is equal to 60. 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. That's why we have 6d already here. Then, 60 minus 12 is equal to 48 is equal to 6d. Then, divide both sides of the equation by 6. That is equal to 8 is equal to d, or d is equal to 8. Let's go back with our step 1. Our first term is 12. Our seventh term is 60. This time we have now the value of d, which is equal to 8. And then now we are ready to find the 16th term. Let's use again the formula in arithmetic sequence. A sub 16 is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. And then therefore we have a sub 1 equals 12, and this time is 16, and d 8. Let's simplify 16 minus 1. That is equivalent to 15. After that, multiplied it by 8. That's 120. And then add to 12. That is equal to 132. So therefore, the 16th term is 132. Let's proceed to lesson 2. That is arithmetic means. What are arithmetic means? They are the terms between any two non-consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence. Let us have the first problem. Insert 6 arithmetic means between 4 and 60. So, there are two terms involved, 4 and 60. And according to the problem, we are going to insert 6 arithmetic means between these two numbers. So, how many terms do we have now? Okay, and our first term is 4, our last term is 60, and there are 8 terms. How are we going to solve for the problem? We have to solve for the first. Let us use the formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Then that is a sub 8 is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. And according to our given, a sub 8 is 60, a sub 1 is 4, n is equal to 8, and the unknown d. Let us simplify 8 minus 1, that is equal to 7 times d. And then subtract 4 both sides of the equation, so we will have 60 minus 4 is equal to 7d. And then 60 minus 4 is equal to 56 is equal to 7d. Divide both sides by 7, so therefore 8 is equal to d, or d is equal to 8. So that we can get the second term, we are going to use the value of d. So how? That is, second term is equal to a sub 1 plus d. Our a sub 1 is 4, and our common difference is 8. Then 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. That is the second term. To solve for the third term, we are going to have a sub 2 plus d. And what is a sub 2? That's 12. And what is d? That is 8. So therefore, our a sub 3 is 12 plus 8 is equal to 20. Okay. Then, using the same process, 20 plus 8, that's 28. 28 plus 8, 36. 36 plus 8, 44, and 44 plus 8 is 52. So therefore, the 6 arithmetic means between 4 and 60 are 12, 20, 28, 36, 44, and 52. Let us have problem number 2. What is the arithmetic mean between 70 and 90? This time, we're going to use the formula a plus b all over 2, where a is the first given number and b is the second number. So, our a is 70 and b is equal to 90. Therefore, 70 plus 90 all over 2 is equal to 160 all over 2, and that is equal to 80. So, the arithmetic mean between 70 and 90 is 80. Let's proceed to lesson 3, and that is arithmetic series. What do we mean by that? That is the sum of the terms of a given arithmetic sequence. Now, what are the formulas that we're going to use in finding the sum of an arithmetic sequence? We have two formulas. The first is S sub n is equal to n over 2 multiplied by a sub 1 plus a sub n. This is used when n, or the number of terms, a sub 1 or the first term, and a sub n or the last term are given in the problem. But when the last term is not indicated, we are going to use S sub n is equal to n over 2 multiplied by 2a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Let us have a problem. Find the sum of the first 20 terms of the arithmetic sequence 17, 22, 27, 32, 37, ... In our problem, we are asked to find the sum of the first 20 terms. And then, if you're going to observe, the first term is given. And if we're going to subtract 22 minus 17 or 27 minus 22 or 32 minus 27, we will arrive on the common difference of 5. But take a look, is the last term indicated in this problem? No. So what do you think will be the formula that we're going to use? That is, S sub n is equal to n over 2 multiplied by 2a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. So, let's now solve the given problem. Okay, let's substitute these values in our formula. So, S sub 20 is equal to 20 over 2. 20 is our value of n. And then 2 times 17, 17 is our value of the first term. And then 20 minus 1, 20 here is our n. Okay, n, 20. And 5 here is our common difference or d. Okay, now let's simplify. Okay, what is 20 divided by 2? So that's 10. Next, 2 times 17, that's 34. Then 20 minus 1 times 5, so that's 19 times 5. Next, what is 19 times 5? Then plus 34. That is equal to 129. Then 10 times 129, that is equal to 1,290. So therefore, the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence is 1,290. Let us have another problem. Find the sum of the even numbers from 3 to 60. Now, is 3 an even number? No. So meaning to say we're not going to start at 3. We are going to start at 4. Now, is 60 an even number? Yes. So meaning to say our last number is 60. But how many terms is from 4 to 60? So we don't know the number of terms from 4 to 60. So we're going to find first n. Okay, so let's now use again the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Let's substitute all these given values to our formula. A sub n equals 60, a sub 1 equals 4, and then n minus 1 times d, so that's d is equal to 2. So we don't have the value for n, so still we have n here. Let's simplify. That is 2 times n, that is 2n. 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2. So what is 4 minus 2? That is equivalent to 2. So 60 is equal to 2, bring down 2n. Then, let's subtract 2 both sides of the equation. So that will become now 60 minus 2 is equal to 2n. Then 60 minus 2 is equal to 58 is equal to 2n. Divide both sides by 2, that is equal to 29. So we have now the value of n, which is equal to 29. So let's proceed now to the formula S sub n is equal to n over 2 multiplied by a sub 1 plus a sub n. So since n is equal to 29, so we're going to have now 29 over 2. Our first term is 4 and our last term is 60. Okay, let's simplify 29 divided by 2. And at the same time, what is 4 plus 60? So that's equivalent to 14.5, and here 64. Multiplying 14.5 and 64, so that is equivalent to 928. So therefore, the sum of the even numbers from 3 to 60 is 928. Thank you for watching and learning with me. Till next videos.